Okay, this is the February free cupcake tutorial. So for customers that spent $50 and hopefully on some of the products that I'm using, or so that they can complete these at their home. And then for my downline, if they purchased under themselves, they got to get this kit too. So I'm making this video so that everybody knows how to put these together. So first I will go ahead and do this one. And it's like a little pop-up card. So this is what we're going to do. So in your kit, you will get all of these components. I went ahead and cut these out, but of course it's easier to stamp them, then cut them out with the framelets. And these framelets are still available. I don't know for how long, but you can get these framelets. They sold out of the frog ones, so this is your kit. And I put these in an envelope. So you'll get these in an envelope. This is your base. So I will move that up there. So these are all the components. So we will be stamping this. And let me put all these pieces here. That way we kind of can see what's going on. So this is what we're going to create. We are going to need this. Okay. It's like, where do I get started first? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do this outside piece first. And where did my mat go? I need my mat so that we can stamp. I am using the birthday backgrounds. If you don't own this one, maybe you have something that you can use as your background. So I'm going to take our gorgeous grape. You can probably use Highland Heather if you don't have gorgeous grape. The gorgeous grape is a brighter grape or deeper grape. And I probably should have put my words on here first, but we're going to go ahead and do this. Add one there. Okay, so that's our first color. So clean that off. I am, oops, this is the wrong green. Let me get my lemon lime. Hopefully it's over here. Lemon lime, let's see. Well, we're going to do the lemon lime. I've got such an array of mess here. Here it is. Okay, I thought I had grabbed the right green. I did not. So lemon lime twist is the green that we're going to use. And I'm going to add some green to there. Okay. Put that to the side. Then we need Celebrate Your Day. I did this in the black. And I'm using a mat underneath this because this is a photopolymer and you really need the mat to get a crisp, good image. And I just kind of hold it down for a little bit. There we go. So that's that piece. You could go ahead and glue that onto there, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to stick that to the side for a second. I'm going to let it dry a little bit. Sometimes the black ink wants to smear if you go across it. Okay. Now, I have not tried this yet, but we are going to try and ink this up. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Move this purple. So, we're going to ink the stamp up. Okay. And I'm going to put it face down on top of it. Okay, and just give it a little bit of pressure. We're going to see how it's going to come out. It might be a little sideways, but we're going to check it out. It is a little bit off, as you can see, but I'm going to make it work because you may not get it exactly straight either. And I would probably take a sponge dauber and go over that, but I might just trim it with my scissors, just some of the excess. That's what we're going to do. So that way there's not as much white sticking out, So I'm just kind of taking a little bit of that white off. See there? There we go. So there's our cupcake. Then for the base, it's going to look just like this. Okay. We are going to use this little dotted piece, which comes from Beauty Abounds. You might not have this. You can use anything for your cupcake base. Because this, we're just making a pretty cupcake base. So just ink it. And so there is our base. And I'm going to put a little bitty dot right there. And we could actually do, we're going to need 3 of these. Might as well ink them all up at one time. So that's that one. And that way they're all done. Okay. I might as well do the other cupcake tops. So there's those. Oh, my dog acts like she's starving. But she's going to have to wait till I am done. So let's try and see if we get this lined up a little bit better. I'm going to kind of start from the top this time. Much better. So I would suggest trying to line it up a little bit more from the top and just stick it out on there. There we go. So there's those 3. My board's getting a little messy here. Okay. Then for the inside, let me move all my cupcakes over here. I did put some, what do you call it? Confetti at the top. Let me see if I can open this up. We're going to put Life's Too Short to Say No to Cake. We'll go ahead and do that on here. I don't know if you can see me. I'm trying to get everything in the picture along with myself. Let me get the black back out here. You can use whichever color. I just said use the black. Make sure you get it good and inked up. And it's photopolymer, so we definitely wanted the matte underneath this. So I'm just trying to hold that down. There we go. And then I did put the birthday in purple. So I just put happy birthday right over here. Hopefully I've got it straight. Yep, it's pretty straight. Okay. Now for the inside of this, I am not going to work. You can mask this with sticky notes. I do have some here. I thought I didn't have any, but I do. So I almost sat down on the floor. My chair rolled out from underneath me. That's real fun. Okay. So I'm going to take 2 of these sticky notes and I'm going to stick it right there across the top. And you can do this on the sides too if you don't want to go over too far. But I'm going to just try to stay right in the center here. There we go. I'm just going to do 2 times. You could do the green if you wanted the green. I had just done the purple. Okay. So we can take that off. So that gives us that. Then, to get this inside there, you're going to have to cut it. I wanted mine to be kind of, you know, where it's not as seen as much, so I cut it down here. So I'm just going to snip it. Then I'm going to put it through the back. So it's going to go, whoops, through the back like that. I'm going to move this out of the way so you can kind of see. Then we're going to just get it lined up, and we're going to glue it. It's easier to me to put it in there and then add some glue to it. So we're going to see, try to just lift it up, and let me see. I'm just going to put a dab of glue there. Make sure I'm still getting it centered. And see, my sprinkles don't go all the way up, but I'd rather this be centered. And I'm just trying to tack it in areas. You can tack it all the way around or just in some areas. Just put a little bit of glue. Oops. Okay. So that puts that down. Turn this to the side. We're going to put just a dab of glue on this side. Make sure we get that down. And then we're going to lift this other side up and put a dab on that side. And then they kind of meet right there. And that's kind of going to be hidden with your cupcake and other embellishments. And so I'm looking to see where that's going to go, and I'm just putting a little bit of glue underneath there. And I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal for it to not have glue in certain areas, because it pretty much stays down. But then there's your card. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and adhere it to this base. Okay, I would do one side at a time. Decide which side you want to do. In fact, I'm going to close it and add glue to this one. Whoops. Don't want to get a ton. And I like to use the glue just because you have some wiggle room. If you use the red line tape or anything like that, you're really not going to be able to move this around. So I'm just going to kind of do that, open it up, see if it's okay. Yep. I've got glue on my finger trying to get that off. So see, so that side is glued down. And did I just get smudges on there? Can't tell if I got smudges a little bit, so we'll doctor it up. So just be careful, make sure everything's dry. I'm sure my black was not all the way dry. All right, come on, glue. Alrighty. So we're just gonna glue this on. And we want it to be able to lay flat like that, so that's why I'm gluing it down like this, flat. You don't want to have it opened up and glue it, because see how this, it doesn't really open all the way out. Okay. There we go. So that's that part of the card. Now you're going to put your cupcake in your little bonbon, or whatever you want to call this. And I did put some green dots on it. So I'm going to go ahead, and each time I ink this one up, just so they would be dark. So I'm just kind of putting those dots on there. Go ahead and do that. Okay. Then I am going to do the cupcake. And which one did I trim on? I guess it doesn't matter. We'll use this one. And I probably am missing my cake piece. But you're just going to add a little bit of glue. Sorry y'all are hearing the dog, but I can't stop now. Okay. And just add your cake to there. So you just want a little bit of that showing. Then you're going to add your cupcake bottom. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here. Whoops. See if I can smear it with my fingers. Okay. So then you can add that. It's barely even sticking on there, but okay. So there's that piece. We are going to snip off this portion, and we're going to shorten our cupcake a little bit on this one because I'm trying to get those candles to not stand above the card. So I did take off a little bit extra. Okay, you're going to have this piece. It says back of cupcake. That is because you're going to build it onto this piece. So you're going to take your little stand and line it up at the very bottom of the base of that. Remember, it sticks off on the sides, so I would just, add adhesive just in the center. Then you're just going to stick that on the bottom. Okay. Then, let's see, we need our aqua marker. Hopefully you can see what's going on. Sometimes I feel like it's a mess with this thing here. Okay. So, make sure y'all can see. Let me go ahead and get this over here. We want to color our candles. So we're going to take the purple, and I'm just going to pick up some of the ink and color this candle. Okay. And you can have a darker side, darker area on one side, or okay. So that's that. And of course, we need a pineapple punch or whatever yellow or orangey color you have for the flames. And I'm going to use a Wink of Stella because I want it to be kind of shiny. So I'm just picking up a little bit of the Wink of Stella and coloring the flames. Okay, there's that. So now we have the little flames. Okay. And we're going to put those on the back of the cupcake. And I'm going to bring them down kind of far so that they hopefully will not stick above the cake. So we're going to, or the card, because I keep trying to make it short enough to where it won't stick up above the, we'll see how it does. So then that can be glued down. So I'm just going to add some glue on this base and then put our cupcake there. So that's what I meant about the base for your cupcake. And it doesn't matter if it has writing on it. If you want to use that on the other side, then you can. That way no one can see the back of it. Okay. I did already cut out my words, and I got these from More Than Words, which this set is only available this month, but you could actually use the Sweet Wishes, which is in your Hello Cupcake, or Sprinkled with Love, so any of those work. I just kind of like this. Today calls for something sweet, so I love that. So I'm just going to, I'm going to add it on there. Just some glue to the top part of this, And then I'm going to put this right on top. And make sure I get all the glue from the back of it. Okay. Then we're going to put glue right there. And I would put it on here rather than this because you'll know how far up to go. So we're just going to add some glue there. Then we're going to add this piece right on top. So, and then this one's going to go right there. So we're going to add glue just right there. Slide it in, attach it. Well, I'm trying to attach it. Let me push this back out. I'm going to have to get something behind it to hold it open. So it's going to have to be this pin. All right, that way you can put your finger and kind of mash and get it glued on there. Okay, so there is our card. Oh, and it finally did not stick above the edge. So that's great. So that is the inside of our card done. Then we can glue these together. So we'll just get those done. Line it up. Okay. Stick that down. Then we're gonna glue it to, whoa, don't fall out of my hand. Okay. And then just center it and stick it down. And because it's got the little ridges from the embossing, I would just hold it for a second just to make sure it gets contact. Okay, so that is our pop-up card done. Not too bad. Okay, this one's kind of in the same way. The only thing I did different is I did sponge. Let me see if I can find my gray sponge dauber. Sorry. Smoky slate. There we go. Isabella. Okay. So, you will get this piece and see everything that you need is right inside your little envelope. So just pour it out. And this one I actually, it's not going to come like this. It's going to come, of course, not stamped. So all we have to do, we're going to take our vellum paper, which I've already got cut for you. We're going to take our either Smoky slate or gray granite. They're a little bit lighter gray. And you're going to sponge along the edge because we just want it to show up a little bit more on our white paper. So I'm just sponging along the edges. Okay. Then you can put this on there. Might as well go ahead and put that on there. Trying to get glue. Okay. So we got that. Now I put the cupcake on top. So we can actually go ahead and put this on there. See how it gives it a little shadow? And that's kind of what you want. And the best way to not see the glue underneath the vellum, here, let me bring this in here, is just get a sponge. Take a sponge and just put some glue down somewhere. And you'll pick some glue up, and we're just going to sponge the back of this with the glue. going to be able to see a little bit, but you're not going to see it as much as you think. And I'm just holding that down. I did not glue the top, that way I can put a ribbon on there. I didn't get one made, so this one's not going to have the ribbon. So, alright, put that up there. Now we can build our cupcake. And just build it the same way. So this is going to be a little bit of glue on the top of this. Hopefully I'm still in the camera. Okay. Add our cupcake top. Okay. Then a little bit of glue on the bottom. I just found it's easier to do it this way versus trying to stick each piece down because I wanted that behind it. So there we go. We want our little pick. Put a little bit of glue on the edge of that. And pop it. Any excess, take off. There we go. I will put the hearts on after I'm done. So that's what the back looks like. Now we can just add some glue and stick it on top of our stand. Trying to get it straight. There we go. And of course, the easiest way to do these is to pick them up with our Take Your Pick tool. If I can even get them turned over. They won't even flip over. They're sticking to my hands. Okay. Because you want them upright like this. Okay. Then our little Take Your Pick tool picks it up. And you can either take a little glue off of the end. And ta-da. Okay. I'm going to put just a little bit of glue right here on this. Pick up another one, get a dab of glue, and put that down. This is an awesome little tool. Sure does make putting sequins and stuff on there easy. And I may have put 6 for you, so you'll have an extra heart. Okay. All we do now is put that on the main piece of the card. We're almost done. And of course, this is my 4th one to make, I think, so I'm probably a pro. And I did not have the paper cut for the inside of this, but whatever size paper you'd like to put on the inside. And your white. Okay. So there, I think that's all put down. You can finalize it with a little bow. And the inside of this one, I put the sprinkles from the birthday backgrounds. And then the same saying as I did on the other card. So that is that one. Last but least is our little matchbox. And it holds a gift card. Okay. And I did forget to bring my brads. Let's see if I see brads on the table somewhere. Oh, yes. We've got brads. We've got this. All right. Didn't have to go too far. Okay. So, last one to stamp. This, I would fold this one up. This is going to be the little front lip right here. So this is where you're going to stamp. This is going to be the front. Just so you can get an idea of, where's my, now I lost my foam board. Oh, there it is. My stamped up foam board. And I think I'm going to do purple on this one. I did the gray, so you can do the gray, but just to change it up, since I already have, I don't know how many of the gray, I am going to use this. And I'm stamping across the top, okay? Because there's 2 score lines right there. And I don't think it, nope, nothing on the inside. You can put something on the inside, but I did not. So that is that part. And I will stick it to the side. Then we're going to stamp this one here. I think that's the one I used. So this is another piece out of this birthday background. So we've used almost all the pieces. I didn't use the candles, but they're really cute too. So you're going to take your, and you can actually do both sides, and that way it doesn't matter. We'll just go ahead and do that. We're going to go all the way across here. We're just going to do the whole thing. That way it doesn't matter which side we end up with. Of course it will with the words, but. So then I'm taking this little bitty tiny flower that comes from the Hello Cupcake. It's that little tiny one. And let's see, where did my green go? And I'm putting little bitty green flowers in the center of these. Oops. And it's not too difficult to hit the hole to get it centered. Alrighty. So that is all done. Okay. And the celebrate your day, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is going to be the front. And you don't want it too low. So I am going to go up as high as I can within my. So I'm going to stamp it right there. So you want probably a good ½ an inch or more, because that's going to be covered up. I'm going to close up all these inks. I think I'm done with ink. Okay. Now, I'm going to let that one sit for just a second, just to make sure. Okay. So your little flap is here. You're going to take this larger piece and line it up to that bottom score line and glue that in. Okay. So there you go. So it's not going to go all the way down to the bottom. See there? But it is going to go to that score line. There's a score line right there. And you can go ahead and score that. Okay. Next thing is you're going to, the closest line, that's going to go back. Then it's going to go forward, and then it's going to go back. So you're making like a W. See our little, or an M. See our little M? Okay, same thing over here. So back, then forward. Sometimes it's easier to hold the paper down. And then back again. Okay, so that's how it's going to go. To me, the easiest way to glue it is to fold that straight out, and glue it flat like that. So I'm just going to add glue right there. Make sure that's flat and glue that then you'll be able to go like that. Okay. Oops. All right. Now we can assemble this. Get 2 brads. I forgot to add brads to the kits. So, plus I figured they would hurt the card. I didn't want them to mess up the card. So hopefully you have some brads at home. And a hole punch. I'm using the crocodile. We do not sell it any longer, but I know that it is sold out there. And the reason I'm using the crocodile is it will go through all these sheets of paper at once. I'm using the smaller hole. So I'm going to go up here, punch. See how easy that punched? It just goes through all that paper at one time. Oh, you know what? And I did forget one step. I haven't done anything yet. We're just going to glue this one to the front before we do the hose, which I'll be able to do my hose again. So you don't want it glued to the back, but you do want it glued to the front. Alrighty. And I can see my hose. So I am gonna just go right in here and punch the same area out. Oops, I've got to get that out so I can see. Okay. So now we've got the holes in there. We can put this back in and we'll just line it up. Put our brads through. And spread those out. There we go. Now we can cover up our brads with this. As one of them needed to go, the front piece needed to go on before, and this piece needs to go on after. That way we don't see our messy. Alrighty. Then you just have to put your cupcake stand. You don't want it all the way to the bottom, probably about right to there. Like about a 1/4 of an inch up. That. Then I do not have the little cupcake piece, but you will want to might want to cut a little extra off of this. So you'll build your cupcake like we did on the other ones. See how you might just make sure you trim that a little bit, and you don't even have to put the cake piece in there if you want. Just do that. Just make sure it's not too high up or it'll extend your little card. But that's all you have to do. I won't finish that one with the video. And then it'll just slide in here. And you've got a cute little Matchbox gift card holder. Alrighty. Check out next month's projects. We are using the piece of cake bundle, which has been on back order, but it should be available mid-March. So these were our final projects. This is our product-based kit, and I will send it to you in the mail. You just have to make sure you have the products to use, or you can come to a class that I will hold the following month. And any of these kits, they won't go out till next month. You purchase this month, so in March, and they'll go out in April. Alrighty. Thank you. Bye.